Hey you guys, welcome back. I'm super excited for this episode. I'm gonna be filming a Q&A, a little get to know me. I've never done this before, but I'm really excited. Let's just jump into it. I'm gonna start out with the most common question, which is where are you located and how many acres you have. So we are located in New Mexico and we have 15 acres. I say we as in my brothers and I. A lot of people question, do I have this piece of property by myself? Am I alone? All those things. And if you've seen in a lot of my past videos, my brothers come and go. So my brothers and I purchased this piece of property together and they live up in Utah and come down as frequently as possible. Yeah, we enjoy spending time together and have lots of visions for the property, which is awesome. Speaking of my brothers, they are actually currently here. One is cooking and eating. One is filming. Thank you, Kelly. And now I'm walking into my brother's cabin, which is what he's building. And in the cabin is where we store our water, which is a completely new addition. We've had to haul in all of our water with 6-gallon jugs before, but now we have this big tank. Come on in. Now we have this massive big tank and we can just access water right here whenever we want, which is super awesome. One of the other frequently asked questions is where do we use the restroom? And I'm going to show you. So we have a little small pathway from the yurt over to the latrine that my brother and I built, or outhouse, however you really want to call it. And this is it, glamorous. We have a composting toilet, a very normal toilet seat. You lift it up. After you finish what you've done, you put sawdust and soil mixture that we kind of gather from the property, put it over your waist, and you're all done. Okay, so another question I got was, how do you shower? And that's a really great question. It depends. Some days, if I'm feeling it, I'll boil water over the fire and put it in this cooler, mix it with cold water so it's not too boiling. And I sit in this ice pod and literally dump it and hose it over my head, and it works just fine. Or I'll go into town, which is about a 30 minute drive, and I'll pay like $5 and take a shower. So just depends. Okay, I've decided to answer the rest of these questions sitting down and away from the generator because my brother's got the Jenny started and I just don't want that noise to interfere. So we're gonna get back into it. Where was I? All right, I'm gonna start with, what are your current hobbies? This is a great question. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say building things because that's all I've been doing. Although it has been part of my life at this moment, it's been really fun to just build and use my hands again. And that was a goal of mine at the beginning of this year, was to get working with my hands more. But another one of my hobbies would be doing art and collage work. So I love doing mixed media collage work, and I try to do that in my off time as much as possible. To be honest, I have not had that much free time here as you guys think. I've been putting out a video a week and the editing is just so much work. And so I've been busy doing all that. And then on top of that, just the daily chores to live off grid are, it's a whole lifestyle. So it's a job in itself. But yeah, I aspire to have more hobbies in the new year. I would love to get back working with horses, want to continue working with art, and I'd love to one day be able to get a pottery wheel out here and get some pottery going. Right now, I've just been busy building, busy living. But I really like this question, and I'm glad I'm sitting here thinking on it because it's making me realize I need to do and have more hobbies. So I like that question. Okay, next. What's the most rewarding part of living off grid? And I think I have to say just like the typical daily tasks, which I know that sounds crazy, but it would be like hauling in water to use water, and boiling water to do dishes, and boiling water to take a shower, chopping firewood to start a fire to heat myself up. So it's like all those things that we typically have on the grid and in most people's lives that are just like a flip of a switch or turning of the faucet, you have that. There's just something so rewarding about having to really work for that out here that I've never had to experience before. And it's been a really great, rewarding, eye-opening experience, I would say. So great question. And that kind of goes along with another question that someone has asked, which is, what's the hardest thing you've overcome living off-grid? And what are you most proud of, physically or mentally? Loving everything and all about what you're doing. Thank you. So sweet. So, hardest thing I've had to overcome living off-grid. Really great question. The physical challenge of doing everything off-grid, hauling everything in, building everything, like that masculine side of it all, and balancing it with the emotional, kind of more feminine side of it, and being able to really have myself and fall back on myself. I don't know if that answered your question, but that's what came through. So I hope that helped. I mean, the journey's been amazing, truly, and I feel like I haven't really had to overcome too much quite yet. It's been more of just like an extremely beautiful growth process internally, more than anything. So, yeah, I hope that answers it for you. Thank you for your question. What are you leaving behind this year? Love these questions. I'm leaving behind fear. I'm leaving behind fear, and have always thought I was a very kind of spontaneous, rebel-esque, willing to take anything on type of person. But as I've dug into who I am more and more and more, I have this massive fear and block holding me back from my fullest potential. So I'm letting that go, leaving that behind, and really just going to move forward and be the best and most awesome I can be. So yeah, great question. A couple more questions, y'all. Okay, these are good. Okay, how do you cook your meals? What is your favorite meal to make? So I love cooking. If you guys saw my tour, you could see my kitchen setup. If you haven't seen my tour, go check out my last video. I did a tour of my whole yurt, and that's where I cook. So I have a 2-burner stove in there, and I cook all my meals there. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. My favorite meal to make, it totally varies on what I'm interested in making at the time. My brother just started a chainsaw. Who knows if you guys can still hear me. But I'm gonna continue on like you can. So, favorite meal to make, I'm just gonna get this just a touch closer to me. You know what? We're just gonna go like this so you can actually hear me. So, favorite meal to make right now, I've been roasting chicken in my Dutch oven with lemon and onion and salt, pepper. And then I've been sauteing sweet potatoes and cabbage. And then I do apple cider vinegar beets. It has been so good. So that's what I've been doing lately. I kind of have had that 2 nights in a row, and it was just so delish. So yeah. But I do love cooking. And if anyone wants to see more cooking videos, I'd love to do that. I do hope to bring more outdoor cooking videos to this channel, because we're going to be doing a outdoor kitchen setup soon. Okay, I'm actually going to pause this and check to see if you guys can still hear me, because he's obviously going crazy with that thing. So 1 sec. Hey, y'all. I'm back. So sorry to make y'all wait for my Q&A, but I took the week off and spent time with my family, which was so lovely. I'm working with the wind today and without my microphone. So I really hope this comes through. We'll see. But I went ahead and filmed a good amount of the questions before Christmas, and I want to just keep those as is. So I'm going to pick back up now with the rest of the questions. I am just dying in the fact that so many people are truly questioning if I live out here and where the heck I go to the bathroom. It's like, you can do things out in the woods. So it's pretty wild. I shared in the first part of the video our outhouse latrine, so you guys can just see that's where we use the restroom, and for showering it's DIY or I go pay $5. So anyways, I thought that was hilarious. But let's get back into it. I'm gonna continue walking around the property as I do this because I want you guys to see the property in itself. We'll see how the wind is. I'm gonna actually check really quickly. I'm gonna start with this one. Lovely person said, I love your yurt, so beautifully organized and styled. What do you do for a living? And I had a couple other people also ask, what do you do for a living? And then I have a friend that's asking if I'm still doing design. So they all go together. I am an interior designer, and I've been an interior designer on and off for the past like 7 years. Absolutely love interior design. I took a little bit of a break and traveled for 2 years, but I'm back and I'm doing virtual work here in my yurt. So I do work 100% virtually right now using Starlink. And I have a couple clients that are amazing and lovely. And I split that time with doing my YouTube videos that I've been starting back up. So to answer your question, yes, I do interior design. I studied interior design and I absolutely love it. It runs in the family. So I do feel like it's just in me. What else? Let's see. Did that one. Okay, a lot of people are asking what I'm reading at the moment and what I like to read. So I am not that big of a reader, honestly, but when I do read, I like to read educational books. So I love to learn about things and learn about the mind and the psyche. So I have a long list of books that I want to read through the winter because I know I'll be cooped up in the yurt. But I honestly haven't had that much time to read lately because I've just been working, filming, editing. Living out here is just, it's a job in itself. So I've been super busy, and every night when I sit down in bed, I immediately fall asleep, which is great. So I hope to get back into reading in a little bit. And I've got my pile of books that I'll read. So I don't have a specific book to recommend you, but once I do, I'll let you guys know. Before we answer another question, I want to wander around because I want to show you guys some plants and trees on our property to give you a little bit more of just a visual of where we are. So let's go do that. Okay, I want to stop here for a second and be super nerdy. I'm walking through the property, and the other day, my brother and his girlfriend were up at the top of the lookout and saw about 100 to 200 elk in the ranch, which is just absurd. But I'm walking through our property and I think they came through here. Look at these tracks. Like, there's so many of them. And this is definitely recent because of the soft earth. We just had a little bit of a snow. So yeah, check these out. It just like tore up the ground. So it'd be so cool if they did come through here. Okay, so that kind of goes along with the next question is, what animals do you see out here? We have a lot of different animals. I see deer, I see elk, rabbits, mice. We have so many mice, it's insane. Ruko thankfully catches them and kills them, but it's good because they get in all of our stuff. There's a fox that lives down the road, which is so cute. And there's a mountain lion, but I haven't seen a mountain lion yet. I'm pretty sure Ruko scared one up a tree the other day. But my brother saw one here last year. So we have, yeah, a wide range, but also not too crazy. I'd love to see a mountain lion one day, but in the distance. I just think that'd be so cool. So those are the animals we see. Oh, and chipmunks. I'm trying to think of anything else. Owls, lots of different birds. I actually don't see owls that much, but I hear them at night every so often. And then crows. Our crows are crazy here and honestly kind of annoying, but I'm just very curious. They must be after the pinyon pine tree, the pine nuts, which I'm also going to show you very, very soon. We're going to continue walking around. I want to show you more trees and whatnot. So we're considered the high desert. It is cold and windy, so I really hope y'all can hear me. I've moved to just filming you guys a little bit closer so you get a close-up of my face. Let's stop in this area. I think this is a great little zone. So we are considered in the high desert, which is beautiful and awesome, and I absolutely love it because we get a wide range of trees and plants. I'll start with showing you guys the cedar. We get cedar trees. I just propped my camera and jacket up against one. So we've got mid-sized cedar, which is really nice. Love the smell. And then we get ponderosas, and that's that big guy right there. It's a pine tree, and they're beautiful. They're kind of Dr. Seussy looking to me. We have a lot of them, which is really great. So if you would go like maybe 2,000 feet lower, you would not get any of these ponderosas. So we got very lucky. It is so windy and cold. Ah! You guys better like this Q&A. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so ponderosa is awesome, beautiful, big, amazing. Yeah, they're great, 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 great. And then we have the pinyon pine. Let's go look at him. We have pinyon pines and ponderosa pines. And you can tell this is a pinyon pine, one, because the pine cones, and two, they drop the pine nut. La la la, can you see it? These are them. So another tree that we have is Gamble Oak, and it is kind of short and stubby, but I love it because it burns really slowly, which is awesome for my wood burning stove. So I come out in here and harvest the dead logs, the little dead trees. But we have a bunch of these little patches kind of surrounded or just kind of throughout the property, which is kind of fun. So I can come around, get lost in the Gamble Oak. Look at Ruko way down there getting a mice or getting a mouse. Okay, what else? Let's show you some sagebrush. We have sagebrush as well, which I love. It's definitely a different type of sage than what I find in Wyoming and Montana, but it's sage. So here she is. She's beautiful. I actually really should learn, and I should know what type of sage it is because I'd like to do some stuff with it. I just haven't had time, but that's my goal, is to get some things, like make little sage bundles, or I want to cook with it, but I don't know if it's the type to cook with. You probably can cook it. See, these are things I should know and I want to know. So sagey, we got lots of this as well. We've got cactus, like small little ground cactus, don't know the name, still learning. I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains, so this is totally foreign to me. I'm learning all these plants and trees and different species over here. I want to show you juniper. There it is. And juniper and cedar are very similar, but you can tell the difference. Juniper has juniper berries. Okay, it's cold. So that was kind of the grounds. I kind of went off on my own there, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. But let's get back on track. Let me catch my breath here. Job apart from YouTube, love your styles, do study fashion design. What led you to live remotely? And honestly, I question that a lot. I really, really needed the solitude. I had been traveling for 2 years, and before that, living in places where I was full of friends and family and always doing things. I'm the type of person that is just go, go, go. Always have to like see people do something. Just live that like fast-paced life. But I've been going through a lot of like internal shifts and changes, and I really felt the need to be alone and live remotely away from any city or people or anything to really truly kind of dive into what is coming up and what's shifting and changing within me. I know that this is not forever. I don't think I could do this forever. I'm such a people person. I love being around people. So yeah, it was just like a deep knowing within me that I needed to do this, that I needed to live remotely, I needed to be alone, and yeah, I listened to that. So, and I'm really glad I did, because I feel just like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So it feels really good. I'm gonna hang on to this little vibe that we got going and answer a question from my friend who asked, how do you continue to choose belief in yourself when the days get dark and doubt creeps in? I absolutely love this question. And I think it would be trust. Really trusting and knowing that where I'm at in my life, physically, emotionally, spiritually, is exactly where I'm supposed to be. So when I do get in those like dark days, or if I'm like at the point where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's next, I really truly just know and trust deep down, the wind, that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I could dive into this way deeper, but I think ultimately it's just trust, knowing that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, and knowing that life continues to get better. We continue to grow and develop and learn, and yeah, just knowing like deeply who we are, and trusting that we're on the right journey for us. So yeah, that's my answer. Okay, someone asked, do you have a bathroom somewhere outside? Do you have mice? Are you located in a cold state? Are you renting your land? I pretty much answered all these, but I'll do it again. Yes, our bathroom is outside. We have an outhouse, latrine, whatever you want to call it. And I showed you guys that in the first part of the video. Do you have mice? We have so many freaking mice. Thankfully, Ruko is usually chasing and killing them around where my yurt is, which is really great. Sorry, little mice, but there's so many. It's crazy. Do we rent? No, my brothers and I purchased this property. Doing here, very cute. Thank you. Okay, I have a couple more questions. Okay, I kind of want to change up the vibe for the next little bit, so let's go somewhere else. Okay, I came somewhere new, but honestly, it looks the same everywhere here. So I'm just gonna sit and do. Is this okay? A little bright for me, but it'll do. All right, we're almost done. Do you plan on taking out the potbelly stove for summer months for space? Yes, I do. I think it's super easy to put in and out. It's a small stove with help from my brothers or somebody to help me get it out. It'll be fine, and the space will be so much needed, so much needed. Okay, this is a good question, and a lot of people are curious how far we are actually from like civilization. How far do you live from a town to resupply? Great question. We live about 30 minutes away from the nearest town. The closest one to us is 30 minutes away. There's a gas station, a couple restaurants, a couple very, very small like grandma shops, and one grocery store that has a hardware store connected to it. The grocery store is just, yeah, that's all I really need to say about that. But if I want to go another 30 minutes, so an hour out of town, I get a natural foods grocery store, which is really great. Lots of different lumber stores, lumber yards, lots of different hardware stores, auto shops and everything. So a bigger town is an hour away. Closest one is 30 with like really nothing. So yeah. What's your favorite thing to do in your simple life now that your cool pad is built? Nothing. No, truly, like just sitting around. I love sitting on my front porch when the south sun's hitting me and just staring out at the view, drinking a cup of tea. I love doing my art, cooking. I love just cooking. and just kind of relaxing. I sit and do a lot of meditation, so just not really having any plans. It's been so amazing to just be. Wind. Maybe I should go find like a little hidden spot. Should I keep bringing you guys around because of the wind and the sitch? Let's do that. Okay, I just keep wandering around. Gosh, everyone's asking, do you have a bathroom? Yes, I have a bathroom, people. Don't worry, don't worry. I mean, it's an outdoor bathroom, but it works. Okay, this was a really great question. What was your family life growing up? How did you learn power tools? And what's your overall plan of the land? Great question. So I grew up in a really beautiful family, mother, father, and 2 brothers, one older, one younger. And both my parents are artists, so we always kind of grew up creating things, doing art, just working with our hands. My dad was always and is always building things. I really hope it's not muffly. So yeah, so my dad was always and is always building things. And we just learned at a really early age to design and create and build. And yeah, I learned power tools from my brothers and my dad, and thankfully they've come in handy. So yeah, it's been I had an amazing childhood. Very, very lucky and blessed. And I love my family dearly. Yeah. Family's just great. Do you have any plans for the land? Yes and no. Yes and no. I have a lot of thoughts. My brothers have a lot of thoughts. We purchased this property together, so we can't really do anything without the other one, but we also all have a very similar and same vision. So they're not really at the forefront right now. Right now we're just building and living and getting through winter. So yeah, although it's been an amazing winter, I have to say. I've loved it because the sun is out. Okay, you guys, thank y'all so much for watching my Q&A, my little get to know me. I appreciate y'all being so patient and putting up with my fuzzy microphone, my windy day, the mix match of like me trying to fit footage that I got before Christmas and now. So this is just how life is. I'm not this like perfect videographer and editor. I am totally real, and this is how life is. So I'm gonna give you that. Anywho, I'm so excited for 2025, and I'm so thankful for all of you who have joined on and into my journey last year. I had no clue that it was going to even get to this point. My goal for the end of 2024 was to have 1,000 subscribers, and I hit 4,500. So I'm just so thankful, and I really, really appreciate all of you. You guys have now given me the opportunity to explore a different career path, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Happy New Year! Testing, testing, testing with the microphone. But we didn't create the latrine. I guess we did create the latrine. Sorry, I thought I just heard an animal that I haven't heard before. Altitude, don't know what I'm saying, gonna end all that. I'm good at some things, I'm just not good at something.